Welcome back to the Old School, New School podcast.
Episode? No idea.
No idea, but we're back.
We're back for.
Should we introduce ourselves?
We should.
All right, who are you?
I'm Scott and I'm old school.
All right, and I'm Chester and I'm New School. And today, this is being recorded before the Ravens and Chiefs play. And we wanted to give our thoughts on who might be disappointing this season in the NFL and who might be quite surprising, maybe a little underdog team.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep it short.
Yeah, we're going to keep it short, but...
You want to go first since you...
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. All right, so my disappointing team is going to be the Buffalo Bills.
Why?
Because they lost plenty of players, tons of players, lost so many players in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
And they also lost other receivers. I do like Keon Coleman, who they drafted. However, I don't think one receiver is enough to be a successful football team. They lost a lot of key pieces on defense. And I think that'll be their downfall. And they had their chance at winning a Super Bowl, and they messed up.
They screwed up. They plateaued.
Yeah.
It's like they went up, and they plateaued. And I think, I don't disagree that I could see them falling. My disappointing team is going to be, sorry Lions fans, the Detroit Lions.
Why is that?
Mostly because of history. They got to do it a couple years in a row for me to believe in that team. They had a really good year. Really good team.
Yeah.
But you see this sometimes where a team shoots up the ladder and then you don't know what happens. They might get a little, they're like, oh, we're here already. Like, and they might not be as hungry to play as hard.
Right.
They're going to they have a tougher schedule this year.
Right.
So that's going to be that'll be difficult. And there's the NFC's weird. There's like a bunch of teams.
Yeah.
That there's not really an elite team. There's some pretty good teams, but there's like a pack of teams, and you could easily see. I think the Lions missed the playoffs.
You believe that the 49ers aren't the elite team of the NFC?
No.
Okay. All right.
Win a Super Bowl.
Right. I mean,
again, like they're all set up to do it, but they have to do it. They had their chance last year. They probably should have been beaten by the Packers. They really should have been beaten by the Lions.
That one was bad. But
why?
Also,
how are they elite? Because they won those games.
Right. Yeah.
They
that's true.
They didn't lose those games probably more than they won those games.
Right. I agree.
So that's
also,
where we're at.
I don't know how the 49ers pay for any players, but I don't know how they
I don't know anybody how any teams play for any players anymore.
Anyways, all right. On to the surprising teams. I did disappointing first. You should do surprising first.
Surprising. My surprising team is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. In fact, I have them winning the NFC West.
Wow. Over the 49ers?
Over the 49ers.
I can't see
You know
that,
why? Because nobody is talking about them. Like, nobody knows who's on the team.
Maybe.
They're just they're hanging out, listening to grunge music still up in Seattle. They're having a good time. Nobody's talking about them. Metcalf's a beast.
Yes.
He will just carry the entire team's defense on his back and just score touchdowns. So that's good. There's always this one team that nobody's talking about at the beginning of the year that all of a sudden, like, where'd they come from? Yeah. So I'm going with the Seahawks. Plus, they got a cool logo.
Okay. Like the throwback jerseys?
Oh, man. If they just go back to the silver helmet.
They'll win everything.
Oh, man. So good. Okay, you go.
All right. My surprising team is going to be the Arizona Cardinals. And I have multiple reasons. I believe that even with him being unhealthy, and now that he has a full season to come back healthy, and I feel like they've built up that team. They drafted the best receiver in the draft and one of the best, rookie prospects ever. Right? His dad was a legend.
Yep.
But that doesn't take away any of his hard work, right? And I believe that Kyler Murray is actually a very good quarterback. I just think people have kind of downlooked on them because he hasn't had a good receiver. I mean, they got like Zach Ertz when he was like, washed after he was good on the Eagles. I believe that their defense isn't very good and their coaches aren't very good. However, they've changed, and I believe that, not saying that they're going to be a huge team and they're going to win, double-digit games, but I think they will have a serious bounce back from last year. And that's my belief. And I got, Marvin Harrison Jr. over 1,000 yards and over 7 touchdowns.
Okay. So that rookie receiver is going to push them over, but the rookie receiver in Buffalo won't.
I just believe Keon Coleman is more of a raw talent.
So he needs a couple years.
Yeah, I believe he needs a couple years. I believe that, he'll have some crazy highlights with Josh Allen because Josh Allen loves to throw the ball. Yep. I mean, you have the most passing touchdowns and the most, passing yards in the league, but almost the most interceptions. So, that's what happens when you pass the ball a lot. Yep. And I believe that he will have some cool highlights, but I believe he's not like the top tier receiver. Okay. And I believe that a couple of the other receivers that went in the first round, like Malik Neighbors and Rome Odunze, who's on the Bears, and Malik Neighbors, who's on the Giants, will do better than him.
Okay.
However, Malik Neighbors, I do feel bad for you because, Daniel Jones, for the NFL, right, not a great quarterback. I'm not saying I could do better than him. I'm not taking away, the fact that he's not, in the grand scheme of things, he's a good quarterback because he made it to the NFL. He's just not a good NFL quarterback when compared to other NFL athletes.
You kind of went on a rant there.
I did.
We were all over the place all of a sudden. Okay.
Any more thoughts for you?
No, I have one last question for you.
Okay.
Before we say bye till the next time. Best movie you saw this year?
I gotta go Pulp Fiction. Classic.
Pulp Fiction. Classic. Pulp Fiction. What is the best movie you saw that came out this year?
Came out this year? Furiosa.
Over Alien?
Yeah.
You were the other way. We were on a mountain. You were talking the other way.
Yeah, but...
Furiosa.
I think Furiosa was better.
I think that's a good pick.
I'm more of an action kind of guy, so...
You are more of an action.
And that movie had non-stop action. And
Alien had...
And I like Thor, so...
Yeah, Thor. With the
chariot
motorcycle thing. Yeah. Okay.
All right, what about you? What was your favorite movie you watched
this year? The year's not done yet.
No. Okay, you can't do that. So far.
Jeez, I don't know. It's tough. Love Lies Bleeding, maybe?
Okay.
You don't have any idea what that is.
Yep, no idea.
It was really weird. I that's the first thing that comes to mind. Right. I don't think it's my favorite, but I think it is in that top section. It's a movie that totally jumped the shark at the end.
Okay.
But I totally went for it and thought it was great. Which usually doesn't happen. Usually it's jump the shark like, eesh.
One more question.
Yeah.
Put you on the spot.
On the spot.
Who do you believe will be the best college football team this year? Because you're more of you like college a lot.
I follow the college game a little bit more, though. It's tougher because the Badgers are really
going
to have a rough season.
I know the Badgers aren't.
I'm gonna go Georgia. I mean, they've been steamrolling people.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Georgia. Ohio State, I don't think can do it. Oregon showed that they're.
Yeah, they didn't do too well.
That wasn't so great. I mean, they're gonna be really good, but with 12 teams. You can afford a loss or two and still get in unless you're Florida State.
Yeah. What about I was about to ask you. What are your thoughts on Florida State going 13-0 and then starting the year 0-2, losing to some pretty not very good D1 schools?
It's tough. The college game is so tough to gauge now because so many kids are changing.
Got it.
Like full rosters are switching over. It's crazy.
It's
makes it really tough. But also part of the thing about college is you used to grow these teams. If you weren't like a super top level, if you were in Alabama or Georgia or
Mm-hmm.
LSU, you would kind of build your team for every third or fourth year.
Right. So when everyone's basically senior, junior,
Yeah,
they
juniors
have
and
all their
senior.
talent.
You've worked.
Everyone's-
You've been a team
Yeah.
for a couple of years. You like you've got all the plays down. You know exactly what you're doing,
Yeah.
and then you go for it. But yeah, Florida State. I don't know. Like their defense looks terrible. They're supposed
Yeah.
to be the best defense in the league.
and that
in the
quarterback
whole
that they
nation.
have he's not,
It's tough. Like
Right.
I think they also went into the first two games thinking they were just going to roll
Right.
over
Yeah.
these teams, and that obviously didn't happen. But that's college football.
Yeah.
It's a goofy sport.
And I know this happened a while ago, but it happened before we talked about any kind of college football. This is our first time. Shout out to Reggie Bush getting your Heisman back because of the NIL stuff.
Reggie Bush, peace, man. That's cool.
And shout out to Taven Austin, college legend. His highlight mixtape, very good. He retired like a month ago.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And yeah,
That's it.
that's
right?
it, I guess.
Don't come at us in the
Don't
comments.
come at us.
We're gonna be doing a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff on other platforms.
Yeah.
So
Follow us on those
we'll
here, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe in the description or whatever.
Yeah, we'll let you know. But
Yeah, we're gonna try and be more active and
Yeah.
upload more videos. So make sure you hit subscribe and like the video
Yeah.
if you want more.
Peace.
And comment who your surprising and disappointing team are gonna be.
I was going
Yeah.
peace. He's
All
doing,
right.
doing the
Yeah.
ad read. Okay.
Uh-huh. All right.
Sounds good. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks. Bye.
Peace.